Ba da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yo, shout out to everybody who's already been waiting this 2 minutes because I was screwing around in Discord and anxious. As always, we're gonna get started with a Sewerperson song. Uh, kind of jumping out of order a little this week, but it's different. This one's for the culture. This is episode 22 of the Cxrter interview and Homemade Phoenix beat breakdown. This first song I'm playing is Sewerperson Lovesick. That is our theme song.
This is my shit, you cannot take it from me. I get toxic when it comes to how I'm loving you. Know love so much pit, and I think I'm seeing red. I'll be honest, I can't get you on my head. I know you know that feeling, you know that feeling. Know you love that feeling, you know that feeling. Oh, you know, baby, I can break you in good. I said, don't you try, but you know I wish you would. Cause I can show you things you never heard before I told you. I can give you more than just a dream that I sold you. I'm back in my place with a vibe on a Clyde. Take you to the Cxrter, get you online. Girl, if you on my side, I'll show you the bright side. Miami and high tide, we just died. I can't wait to fuck ya, I can't wait to crush ya. Let me roll this blunt up, then we go die. Take me as I am, cause I can't be no one else. Where was everybody when I needed me some help? So let's fuck it all, you know I can do this shit myself. And I got plenty drugs that I can finish by myself. That's where it go. But you just like be the one I lean on. Come through tonight and be the one I'm sweet on. I would've waited forever for you. I'd do whatever you wanted me to do. I can hear you in my head like shit, and I think I'm seeing red. I'll be honest, I can get you on my head. I know you know that feeling, you know that feeling. Know you love that feeling, you know that feeling. You know love so much shit, and I think I'm seeing red. I'll be honest, I can get you on my head. I know you know that feeling.
Facts. This next song that I'm playing is my favorite song that I have heard that Cxrter played a part in. This is Circles by, holy crap, not Kirsten Greenwood, right, Cxrter? That's not wrong, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This one's fucking phenomenal. If you were here for episode 8, you saw my real life reaction when I found this. Like, this one's so good, bro. So good. Labyrinth, shout out to you, bro. What's good, bro? How you doing? What's good, YouTube? What's good, chat? I just opened Steam again, so my fucking computer's gonna sound like a...
Go in circles somewhere to know ya. Call it sickness, white lights and cold rooms. Say my name, the dark illuminates truth. Only made in states I'm constrained to. Tell me what's the cost? Something just to have. Everybody else gets on easy at night. I could make a call, you could send it back. I could give you everything, just tell me what you want. I can put it all to the side, it's just a noise now. I can make it right in the end, but what's the point now? Fuck it up so late in the game, what was supposed to be? I was me, but it's really not a choice now. Voice down, breathe in, breathe out. Never want to fall, but I'm in so deep. Dream it down when I fall asleep. My life's just complicated, painted in colors fading. Wonder why I've been so pressed. Feet on top of my neck, I've started stepping down again. Go in circles somewhere to know ya. Call it sickness, white lights and cold rooms. Say my name, the dark illuminates truth. Only made in states I'm constrained to.
Don't wanna cause the loss of my own life, my own voice. Don't feel
Yeah,
right.
right.
You called it under the street light. Now we're back alone. I'm craving for a feeling, creating my own meaning. Heart drops are fleeting. You
I love how like subtle everything's. Like everything just blends together. Nothing's harsh. No vocals come out like you need to hear me. They just let it all just do its job.
Don't understand the feelings that grow through.
Chat. What is good, chat? Who's checking in with us already? Drop a W in either of the chats if you're here right now, tapped in. This one's for the culture. This one's for the community. This one's for the underdogs. This one's for the overachievers. This one's for the late night dreamers. This one's for the... I'm not going to keep going with that because that was too much. Anyways, welcome back to Conversations in the Sewer. This is the podcast from the people who built the community for those who live in it. Tonight is episode 22. All right. I'm here sitting down side by side with the young legend Cxrter. Cxrter is a producer.
Bro, thank you so much.
Of course, bro. Of course. Cxrter is if you don't know him already, he's a producer, a collaborator, one of the youngest voices shaping the sound coming out of this underground scene that we're a part of right now. He's worked with tons of artists, more familiarly like Sewerperson, Young Van, Skelly, Emo Fruits, Vito, Epitome of Failure, Brecken. We could keep going. This dude's consistent because he's built a catalog quietly but consistently. His name is somebody who I've seen come up in our chats, come up on Instagram. He had a couple shows recently that went insane. Come on, man. Like, we're here to touch base on everything. We're going to talk about his path into producing, how his sounds evolved, and what's it like coming up early in your career, and how he thinks about growth without burning out. And then, later on, I'm going to let Cxrter walk us through his process on a beat in his own words, with no interruptions, no play-by-play questions, just how the song Homemade Phoenix came together. And that's with, is that Sorrowbringer who co-produced that with you?
Yeah.
Legendary. Before we get into it, Cxrter, how are you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. So once again, I really appreciate you having me on. It's great to get on here and interact and be involved with the community and the people that make this scene amazing. So I really appreciate it.
Had to, especially with the year that you've had, bro. Like, you know, I'd be dumb. You know, there's like 3-4 of you that I see every single day posting something or another placement, or you got this song with this person dropping next Friday. It's like, I'd be dumb to not have you, Epitome of Failure, Brecken, somebody in this corner that's been working. I'd be stupid to pass up the opportunity. I'm just happy that we got it scheduled and done before the end of 2025, because this is playing into one of the most legendary endings for content creators, bro. Like, swear.
Bro, thank you so much. I want to return that question though. How are you doing?
Fantastic, bro. If y'all don't know, I'm addicted to Red Bull and coffee. I gotta have a Red Bull or a coffee every single day. This Fuji apple and ginger Red Bull is absolutely insane. All right, I could drink it like juice. It's so bad for you. If you don't drink Red Bull, don't. All right, but if you drink Red Bull and you don't like that, you better drink it, bro. I swear to God. Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. Energy feels good. Community seems good. I had a little scare with internet earlier, but we up. Yeah, I got no complaints, man. It was a good day at work. We had a party, Christmas party, and I ate a ton of food. Had some chicken and rice too to top it off, bro. A couple cookies, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. We good. You ready for the interview? You ready for these question of the week submissions and stuff?
I'm ready for everything.
All right, cool. So before we get into everything, like always, I always have a couple things to address. First things first, I just said question of the week. I do not have a question of the week for this week. I am not going to lie, for this episode. the next couple weeks are going to be a little weird. So the question of the week is going to be in the episode that's dropping on the 1st, which is going to be a pre-recorded episode with me and Sil, the next question of the week. So it'll be 2 weeks where we're live without a question of the week. Sorry guys, I don't want to answer questions of the week in like a pre-recorded episode. That seems kind of weird, you know? So first things first, artist submissions. If you haven't submitted music that you made, that your friends made, that you like, anything, artist submissions to be part of our eventually festival and the intro and outro playlist of every episode, they're open and always in the description of all the videos that we post. So if you make music, go drop a link to a song, three songs you like, songs your friends made, all of that. Other land submissions, we are trying to do an episode series based around theories and stories evolving from the Other Lands album that we got. There's a whole Reddit post that Sil made that's in the comment in the description as well. Please go check those out. Make a submission. We want to do an episode that is purely talking and reading about your guys' stories. Third, we have the man Zion 99 Nights in the chat right now. If you don't know, tomorrow night we are hosting the listening party for his EP that is dropping at midnight tonight, Bullet Biter. It'll be a fun time. Come through, listen to some good music with some good people. That's tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So just come through, chill. Gonna be a great time. I'm pretty sure I haven't heard all of the songs on it, but I heard a bunch of songs on it and I know they're all good. Cxrter produced on it, so we're good. And last but not least, now it is time for me to read back all the submissions for last week's question of the week, which I have right here, and I shall pull it up. And it didn't pull up the way that it needed to. Of course it didn't. Instagram. Cool. All right, guys. So last week's question of the week. Damn, chat, you're in the way. Cxrter goes up. Chat goes to the side. Last week's question of the week was, what's a memory from a community that stuck with you and why did it hit you the way that it did? As always, I'm going to read back the Discord submissions first and kind of just like run through them. I have Cxrter here who said if he has a thought on them, he'll give it too. So I'm going to start including our guests in that and stuff. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. A memory from the community that will stick. First submission. Our first submission is from Padillac. A memory from the community that will stick with me for life would be finding convos in the sewer. Reason being, sorry if it's a little sappy, gotta give some backstory, is I was diagnosed with clinical depression when I was 4. My dad had already walked out and I was on and off being homeless. My mom abandoned my brother and I in a trailer park when I was 12, and then we went to live with our grandma again for a year. When CPS took my mom's parental rights away and said we needed somewhere to be till we turned 18, my brother's dad immediately said he wanted his son but didn't want me. My grandma didn't want me either, so CPS ended up making the final decision we had to stay together, so if my brother's dad wanted him, he would have to take me too. So my whole life it was painfully clear that nobody ever wanted me around. Damn, bro. So I've always wanted to stay out of any community online or offline because I knew no one wanted me there. But about mid-June 2025, I was at the point I had my name carved on a bullet staring down the barrel. Something just clicked where I didn't care anymore. I was just going to chase my dreams, making music, so I made an Instagram for the first time and uploaded a song I had made in 2021 to SoundCloud, 6 views at the time of writing this, but almost immediately White Roses followed me, and I found Convos in the Sewer that day, but had been a fan of Miles since Nine Tails. Yo, shout out White Roses, for real. Always putting people on, always supporting. So shout out to Dev for being the one who created the first place in the world where I felt like felt like not only was I allowed to speak, but actually welcome, which gave me motivation that maybe one day my music will get someone by like Miles got me by till I hit my breaking point. That's my memory. Thank you, Dev, and thank you all for being here. Damn. Damn. Yeah, you see the chat right now. Homie, we love you and we're glad you're here. You're a part of our family now. We love you for real. That's I'm getting a little emotional, man. Like, damn. First one right off the bat. I really appreciate you even just being comfortable enough to share your story. Um just to say how much this means. Cuz it's just like that for literally all of us too. Like if I could show you our group chat, the four of us, the four hosts, if I could show you our group chat, we're like literally every day we're always just like, yo, love y'all, like thanks for being part of this. Like we literally there's so much gratitude and love to go around here. So as long as I got topics to talk about, songs to talk about, and people to talk about it with, this thing's gonna keep going like that ass. As long as I'm on the side of the earth, we might change the format of the lives in the future and the frequency of them, but the content's still gonna be there. The Instagram's still gonna be there. This Discord's not going nowhere anytime soon. Keep showing up, keep showing out, and I'll keep doing my thing too. That's literally all I can say is just thank you. You said thank me. Nah, thank you for real. It's people like you who send these deep confessions through who are just like, nah, like fuck that. Like my memory is the podcast. Like that's dope. That's dope. That's dope that the podcast is I asked the memory and the whole community, not just our Discord or anything. And the memory that Padillac decided to send through was finding convos in this. That's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, bro. Shout out Padillac, man. That's fire. The next one is from the homie JC. Yo, JC in the chat. Shout out. Yo, Doa's here too. Shout out Doa. Padillac said love y'all for real. It's all love. It's all love for everybody. Whether you're sending your submissions through, whether you're just here lurking, whether you watch when the VOD goes live on YouTube and you're watching it before you go to work or while you're at work, anything, bro. Every single person who's watching this, commenting, sending chats through, anything, bro. Like it's all love for everybody. And y'all if you haven't seen it already, you're gonna see it with the lineup that we have coming up soon, man. Like I swear to God, this whole thing is just about one, making it cool to talk about your favorite music and being a fan, because everybody thinks being a fan is a bad thing these days, but like in reality, there's nothing more encouraging to an artist or a producer than somebody who says, nah, I support your work, I'm a fan. Like, nah, we're not friends. Like, yeah, my buddy makes music. Nah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Cxrter. I'm a fan of 99 Nights. I'm a fan of Kennedy XOXO. I'm a fan of Sewerperson. I'm a fan of Swain. Like, dead ass. I'm not afraid to be the person who comes up in the first person who's like, I'm a fan. And I will fanboy during an interview with my favorite people too, and I have no problem doing that. Stand on it. All right, so JC said sewer pod question of the week. So of course I got to mention the insane moments that were in the Columbus and Nashville shows. In Columbus, I remember just standing in line talking to people, and suddenly I'm tackled to the ground and hugged by Labyrinth, who all of a sudden steps back and says, "Where's Aqua? I need to tell him burger with cheese." I was also randomly recognized by several people who had been in the Garden Discord before, and even got a shout out from Garden on stage that Aqua captured on video like the goat he is. JC in the ref shirt, I see you. And in Nashville, when my Uber was pulling up to the hotel, I saw the group of homies out front having a smoke, and my twin Ava saw me in the window and just charged the car before they could even brake. A lot of great stuff happened on Discord as well. To be able to have these moments mean so much with both the amazing people I have met and the artists, primarily Garden, I have idolized for so long, knowing who I am and shit. It's crazy to think about. Yo, dead ass. Seriously though. I've dealt with a lot of shitty friends and people who take advantage and don't appreciate me for most of my life. And I feel like the closest homies I have made through the underground scene have made me so much more comfortable and confident than ever. From that kid who was too scared to even comment on a post or type in a chat to the person I am now, feels like something impossible. I am and forever will be thankful for this community. Bro, I'm choking up over here, bro. Yo, I love these tonight, bro. Carter, you got some wholesome ass fucking during your episode. You got some wholesome replies, bro. That's crazy.
Wholesome ones, dude. It's awesome.
This is crazy. Yo, JC, um just to know that people like Ava, Nick, Aqua, all those people are helping you grow more comfortable with yourself. That's awesome, bro. I said it before on the podcast, and I said it again. JC, you are an amazing individual. It's always fun hanging out with you, walking through the mall, even though you were running like a madman trying to get Burger King before us and everything, bro. Like, it's always a great time, JC. Just keep being yourself, bro. We love you, JC, for real. We love you, JC. Thank you. Thank you for the submission. Thank you. Man, I'm gonna cry, bro. Y'all got me. Damn. Sil, here we go. I don't see any big words in this, yo. Let's go. Let's go, Sil. Thank you, bro. Yeah, see, Sil literally just said it in podcast chat. He said, nah, it's for real. I remember Dev was talking about how cool you are, how cool as fuck after Nashville. JC, you're a real one. Love having you here. Yeah, for real, bro. JC's a goat. JC, it's always fun, bro. I, I got to do it to him. Somebody dropped the picture, so I have to. JC in the ref shirt. You can't pronounce big words, Dev? Nah. See, Sil be putting like big word after big word after big word, bro. Like, it's just bad. Like, for real. I like Sil's the English major and he's trying to make me trip up in my third grade reading level. My inner city friggin' education comes out. It's bad. Anyways, Sil said submitting this late because I was really trying to think of moments that felt like amazing moments for me personally, and there was initially a few things I could have chosen, but I think my favorite moment in recent history was during the miles per hour listening party that we hosted here. When no more favors came on, seeing everybody spam it and the hype that song has, and how reminiscent it was of I cannot believe chat spam gif from way back when. If you know, you know. That gif was taken on the spot. We broke Discord. Like, the listening parties we used to have in here literally would break Discord and we'd have to restart the listening parties. Like, absolutely insane. So facts, I agree, bro. No more favors. That was crazy. It made it feel like another somewhat historical moment where you really just had to be there to feel how incredible the reaction to that song is and was. It's such a small thing in the grand scheme, but the energy and the hype that No More Favors has, still a bunch of people randomly saying No More Favors just out of nowhere, just goes to show just how much fun that night really was for all of us. Facts. 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 Dude, that listening party was a lot of fun too. We had a decent amount of people too. I don't even think that was like announced that far in advance, bro. Like, y'all been going crazy. Y'all been going crazy, man. Y'all been going crazy. It definitely was impromptu because didn't he? Yeah, he dropped all of them like day by day. And then did we do the listening party the day after the final drop or the day when it ran on streaming? I feel like we did it the day it went on streaming. I don't know, but that was legendary. That party was legendary, especially because of that spam, bro. None of us got a gift though. We're lacking. We're lacking. None of us got a gift. We ran it back like 3 times. We actually did. We actually did. I remember running it back. And whoever was hosting the party, was it Sutechi who hosted the party? And I was like, oh, I'm running it back. Sutechi, bro. I love that man's, bro. He's crazy, bro. He's crazy. Yo, Lil Knight with a response, bro. Okay. Lil Knight said, I feel like my answer to this week's question is obvious, so I'm going to include a second response. A memory from this community are the silly moments I get to witness during and after the stream. It happens frequently, so I can't quite pinpoint an exact moment, but the synergy from these episodes is amazing. It leaves me smiling and refreshed being around new people weekly, and I feel like an undercover agent being addressed in a different way than what I'm used to. Now for my original answer, deciding to participate in the Community Voices event is the core memory that I constantly think about. Yo, my call to action, bro. Lil Knight, you showed out for that too. I remember that, bro. You showed out, bro. The overall reaction to my entry was unexpected. People are interested in what other members have to say, plus being offered to hop on an episode is not what you see often from podcasts. Many podcasts that I've attempted to follow are strictly about talking about a specific genre, and experiences related to their careers or close-knitted group members. Sure, some episodes are suggestions from the audience, but not many of them get to have the opportunity to join with the hosts. I can understand the security concerns because of parasocialism or people being outright rude as hell, and it always takes one person to ruin something for everyone, but it being an option now is a blessing in the making. The acknowledgement from y'all feels genuine along with the vibes. It'll be a while until I gather the courage to actually speak more often, but I'm glad to be here with everyone here. Yo, shout out Lil Knight, bro. I'm cheesing, bro. See, that's the goal with this. That's literally the goal with this, bro. Facts. Thank you, bro. We love having you here, bro. Seriously. Seriously. Sorry, chats. If you guys are saying and trying to get attention in the chat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to run through these so we can get to the interview. And we got a beat breakdown afterwards too. So I don't want to keep Carter up all night. I also don't want to be up all night, but so onto the Instagram. I said, personally, my fave memories are from Sewerperson, more specifically when Miles was in voice chat making lime juice. He didn't hide his vocal chain, which, if you know, you know, it's still the same to this day. And if people ask questions, he openly answered and let us basically make the song with him, down to the barks, the ad libs that he chose, where he said certain things, bro. Like, you know, like that lime juice voice chat was absolutely insane. If you were here, then you were here, and you know, for real. That's just hard proof that these underground artists want us to be a part of their journey with them. Definitely one of my core memories, and I love this community. Facts. Thanks, Dev. You're welcome, Dev. Labyrinth. He said, I flew to LA to support Cult Moon perform and ended up meeting a big community of people and ended up recording the whole set for Suffer Plenty. It was an insane lineup. We had Harrow 11, I Am Ghost Girl, Foreign Forest, GNRR. Who was that? Goner. Yo, fire. That's fire, bro. Goner's awesome. I remember his Spooky Gang interview. That was awesome. And Neptune Noise. See, I should have clicked on all these people while I said that. Neptune. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect any of you. Shout out to the really cool photographer I met out there. Torrin Brown, Xenon. Fire. I've grown a lot closer with a lot of these people since that night, and it's so amazing the connections within our community and the kindness and love for music that brings us together. I felt so a part of that. It was like the first time that I had ever had green room access, and I felt really cool, and it was the great moment for the first time visiting the West Coast. Yo, that was your first time visiting the West Coast. I remember seeing you post about that a lot too, bro. Like, I'm glad you had that experience. And look, everybody's showing you love on that, bro. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Suffer Plenty. One of us. One of us. It's fucking sick, bro. Anya said, yo, Anya, shout out Anya. I flew to Nashville for the Sewer show and stayed in a hotel with Ava, JC, Labyrinth, Julia, and Rose, and it was honestly one of the best times. We went on a Taco Bell picnic before the show, which I didn't make. Sad. I still had Taco Bell by a waterfall, but it wasn't with you guys. I was sad, and I didn't get to smoke a joint because there was mad families out, bro. Like, why is there mad people? I just wanted to smoke a joint and eat Taco Bell by a waterfall before the show. Fuck. We went to the mall and met up with Dev. That was my first time flying out somewhere to see a show, and I'm so glad most of my online friends were able to go. They really made it such a memorable experience. Waffle House after the Nashville show was also a crazy experience. Waffle House was insane. The Waffle House chant, Angie, and smoking with the other employee in the parking lot at like 2 a.m. This community has brought so many great people into my life, and I couldn't imagine my life without them. I'm glad to have shared these memories with them, and I hope to see them again in person or at some point in the future. Yo, JC said, okay, but the Taco Bell picnic was a good idea. Just the Taco Bell we went to ruined it. Damn. So I'm happy I didn't have Taco Bell with y'all if it was bad Taco Bell. I'm just gonna run through these guys. I ain't even gonna lie. We have Carter waiting. Aqua said, oh man, honestly, meeting my online friends in Columbus takes the cake for me. I started out by joining Garden's Discord and everyone was super talkative, but I didn't even know where to start. I kind of just read chats and tried to stay in the loop of tours and releases, but JC always saw me lurking and told me to start being more social, and it led into multiple group call sessions, meeting some of the best people I could have ever met. I got to I got to meet our lovely host for the first time ever, and I won't lie, chat, he's even more of a Pookie Bear in person. Yo, no way I just said that live on stream, bro. No way, bro. Um, I got to meet that labyrinth guy. We held a spot in line for him while he had to wait for his ride. Bro literally sat at a McDonald's for 8 hours or more. Allentown was going to be an honorable mention, but I feel like I've spoken a bit too much about it. I don't know what it is about that place, but it just has a special feeling too. It's hard to find the words to describe. Facts. Allentown's moments are legendary. They're going to live on forever, bro. No matter if there's another main gate show or not. Allentown's going to live forever. Forever. JC said, easily one of the dopest and most genuine people I've had the pleasure of meeting, homie. Aw, see, you guys are showing each other love on the post. That's what this is all about. Sushi hater, the legend, bro. Sushi came up and was just like, "Yo, don't you run the Discord?" I'm just like, "Yo, wait, who are you, Sushi hater?" Yo, word. That was sick. That was sick. Columbus was fun. Meeting Sewerperson and Dev for the first time in Columbus, shit was a literal dream, and I'll never forget that experience. Miles' music has gotten me through so much, whether the song was a personal or story. Facts. Facts, bro. Damn, y'all popped out with these fucking answers this week, bro. 1 second. Okay, so that's all I had for submissions. Shout out to everybody. And we're not gonna make Carter wait any longer, and we're gonna jump right into the interview section of this episode that we've been rolling for 31 minutes and 52 seconds. Carter, thanks for coming.
Yo,
Thanks for
bro,
sitting
thank
through
you.
that.
Oh no, we're
For those who don't know you already, who is Carter?
all right. Well, I think you gave a pretty good introduction at the beginning, but just to recap, I'm Carter. I'm a 21-year-old producer from Indiana, and yeah, I guess I'll keep it at that.
Do you keep yourself in one pocket? Do you say, "Oh, I'm a blah 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 producer," or do you just say, "I'm a producer"?
I try not to. I just say that I'm a producer.
Okay. Okay. How did you actually learn to produce? Did you go through tutorials, trial and error by yourself? Was there mentorship involved, or were you just obsessed?
Do you want the really long answer, or do you want like the kind of summed up answer? Because I could go from the very beginning if you want me to.
So this is your interview, whatever you want out there for these people to know, because they're here for you, bro.
All right.
They're here for you. They
All right.
want your story. So if you want to give them all of the story, go right ahead, bro. I'm here for it.
Okay. All right.
I got the Red Bull, so
So producing came after I first got into music. So I wasn't really a music kid until I got to middle school, and that's when you had to like choose like if you wanted to do a band, choir, orchestra. So I chose to go into band, and I was a percussionist all throughout middle and high school. And so that was like my introduction to music in general, which would later fall into I picked up playing piano in middle school as well. I was in like concert band, jazz band in high school. I was in like pep band at the basketball games and stuff. So when I got to high school, that's when I was like I took interest in making my own music. I was like, how do people do this?
yeah.
So I was just doing like my own experimentation, like trying to look up YouTube videos and all that. And that's when I found a really weird online DAW called Soundtrap. I don't know if anybody's ever used it, but that's what I actually started producing on. And I was just like having the music knowledge prior helped like understand how to make music, like how songs are structured pretty much. So
Yeah.
I had already had that kind of experience, and as well as knowing like chords and scales and all that, and like how drums worked. So that all came from prior knowledge, and then once I actually got in the DAW, it was a lot easier, I think, than somebody with like zero experience would have, because when I got into the DAW, it was all about trying to figure out workflow, and like
Mm-hmm.
mixing and mastering was a huge one. It's still taking me forever to like learn and grow in, but yeah, it was a lot of self experimentation, a lot of YouTube videos, and all that combined with my prior experience in music.
So like, would you consider when you started making beats, was it like a hobby to you, or were you doing
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it was just like a hobby. Like I would, because like forever I've been playing music that other people had written and recorded, and I was like, I want to try doing that. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I mean, that's what I did.
So when did producing beats stop becoming a hobby to you and start feeling like something that you wanted to take seriously and kind of like push yourself in and pursue?
I think that was so uh I got I finally got a laptop in December 2020 for Christmas, because before then the reason that I was using Soundtrap as my DAW was because I didn't have a laptop, like a real laptop. So I just had a Chromebook like that my parents had.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like cooking up on that up until, let's see, how old was I December 2020? I was still 16. And so I finally got a laptop. I got on FL Studio, and I was making beats for like a few months, just like experimenting. And then spring break, my junior year, I still remember this. So like April 2021, I started uploading to YouTube. Like I started uploading beats on YouTube, and that's when I was finally like, this is something I want to take like serious, because I made like a pledge to myself that I would like post a beat every day, which I did for a couple years, and then I switched to every other day. But so that's like the point that I would say that like I took it like a step further, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Okay. So what were you listening to early on that shaped the way that your beats sounded and sound now, even if you don't make that style?
Are you talking about the music that I was listening to when I started making beats, or like before that even?
Uh, around the time that you started making beats, like
Okay.
what
Um
sounds were influencing you around the time?
yeah, around the time that I started making beats was when I was first getting into like the mainstream like emo rap stuff. So like
Okay.
the Juice World, Peep, X, like I was really getting into that at the time, and I think that really set the bar for like the vibes I was trying to go for um pretty early on, especially with like the Juice World beats, because those were like really Nick Mira, like basically just like Nick Mira type beats. That's what I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to like emulate when I first started producing.
Right. Um, so early on when you started making beats, what do you think was harder, getting better at making beats or getting people to actually hear the ones that you were posting and trying to get put out?
That's actually a really hard one. I have to say both of them, because there's aspects in both of them that are both really hard, and like still aspects that I'm still trying to work on to this day even. I mean, mixing and mastering is a huge one. So like that's always like been a curveball for me, like
Mm-hmm.
especially when I second guess myself, and things can get complicated in that matter. But also when you're trying to get your beats heard and you get your music heard, that is also a very tough thing to do early on, because you don't have a track record. Like you don't
No.
have any like like you don't have credits or credibility to like make people more inclined to check you out in a
Mm-hmm.
world that like people are inclined to do that by seeing your credibility, seeing your portfolio, what you've done before. So I would say that that was a big thing, like getting past that in like a sense of like, okay, now there are some people who know who I am that have seen my beats on YouTube, and now they're more like open to checking me out even further.
Okay. Okay. Um, in getting people to in trying to get people to hear your beats, how do you approach that? Are you posting to YouTube constantly, or are you sending out, like, do you have mailing lists that you send out to? Like, how are you trying to get your name out there?
For me, I've always been a YouTube guy. That was like what I really pushed early on, and it's something that I've just carried on as a habit. So posting to YouTube has been a huge one for me. It's just constantly posting, like from April 2021 to the spring of this past year. So like March 2025, I posted every single day. Um, in that time frame, and then I switched to every other day. But like that was a big thing for me with posting on YouTube. But because I was putting all my focus on YouTube, I feel like I didn't do as much sending out like beat packs through email. Like I've still like I don't really do that. I do it for like a few artists.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's something that I want to get more into is like having like a mailing list and doing all that. But
Yeah.
I mean, like a few years ago, I was really into like finding people on Instagram and then like hitting their DMs and then like getting them beats that way. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd say like mainly YouTube and BeatStars.
Okay. Um, you touched on posting every day. I have a question on
Mhm.
creative burnout. So like when you were posting every
Ooh.
day, did you get burned out? And when you did, if you did, how did you handle the creative burnout, especially when you probably felt like you should have been working?
Yes and no. I mean, there's because I got to a point where I was like I got a little too comfortable with like making beats. I felt like I was, and that led to me being like, I'm making all these beats and I don't really even like them and they don't sound that good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so but that was the thing, was like I'm a very like patterned repetition like type of person. Like I like to do the same stuff over and over again, which is a good thing and a bad thing at some points. So that's something that kind of, yeah, I mean, I definitely got burned out after a while, but I just kept doing it because I know that I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know that if I pull up a loop and slap some drums on it, then I just made a beat. And so I mean that's what I did. But then when I started to care more about like what I was making, the quality, the intention behind everything
Mm-hmm.
in the production process, is when I started really feeling like, man, I need to like chill out a little bit, or like I need to like take a step back, kind of regroup. And that's where like the burnout kind of comes in, was when I was trying to make really really quality stuff, and like when I started caring a lot more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, I I would end up like just switching things up. Like whenever I don't want to make a beat, like when I'm feeling really burned out on beats, I'll try to make like a couple loops.
Yeah.
And once I get, and then if I get burned out on that, I'll do like I'll try to make a song like with like vocals. Like I've been doing that recently. Um or even like not even creating music. Like I'll be like, okay, now I should make like a couple reels that I could post on Instagram, and like, or like organize my files,
Mm-hmm.
or like do anything that is still benefiting me. I think is a good way to not get burned out on one really specific thing.
Wow. All right. Um, that was a really good answer. That was a really, he said
Thank you, bro. I was
basically,
trying.
so when you get burned out, you find other avenues of like actions that you can take that are still kind of like in the realm of the music. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
because I feel like when
Wow.
because I feel like I have to do that, or else I'll feel like really like not like myself. Like I have to be like, even if I'm not really even like making anything, like these past couple weeks when I was like graduating college, like I got so busy to the point where like I wasn't really making anything. I wasn't really doing anything, but I was still on Instagram. I was still like talking to the homies. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like even that is like enough for me to feel fulfilled, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah. Also, congratulations on graduating college. That's
Thank
fucking
you, bro.
sick, bro.
I really appreciate it.
I love how much how open you are and you're kind of like playing it into your career as well too, you know, like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
dedication there, your dedication with college shows and your dedication with music kind of like I don't know. It's kind of cool just to see people stay on the traditional route and kind of like still pursue the music stuff seriously, if you know what I'm talking about, because you don't see many people go to school and be a full-time producer.
Yeah, I was actually really inspired by Young Van, like in terms of that sense, because I know like when I was in high school, and I was looking at like what musicians were doing like the
Mm-hmm.
past, the point of like 17, 18. I was like, what are these people doing? They're like, and I was like looking at Young Van, I'm like, oh, he's doing it. Like he's going to college, he's
Mm-hmm.
doing all this stuff and doing music. So he was like a pretty good role model in that
Shout out to
sense
Young
of
Van.
that.
You
Yeah,
touched
shout out
on
Young Van, bro.
DMing artists and trying to send them beats that way. I have a question on social media. As a producer, what is your relationship with social media? Do you look at it as a tool, a necessary evil, or a creative outlet?
Mm, all of the above, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there's some dicey aspects of it that I don't like, but at the same time, none of this would exist without it, if that makes
Facts.
any sense.
You're right.
Like all of this, even like this, like even this podcast, like we're all online. We have to be online in this day and age of music, and it brings a lot of good things. So I mean, I definitely don't look at it as like a horrible, like, oh, this is like extremely bad for all of us. But I mean, there's definitely some not so great aspects about it.
No, for real.
But overall, I do see it as a really good uh, tool. I see it as good entertainment. Even like I love scrolling reels. I mean, you got to monitor that, but yeah,
Yeah, I'll end up scrolling for hours, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad. I haven't
yeah,
recently, honestly. I've been better with scrolling through reels and stuff. But that those reels and it's like shortening my freaking attention span, bro. All these 30-second videos.
yeah,
That's actually kind of like why I'm happy that I do long form content on the podcast. Like I aim for my episodes to be an hour and a half, 2 hours long. Um,
hmm
you know, just because, you want something tangible, bro. Like the 10-second, 30-second funny reels are cool and everything, but like you can't create kind of like a sense of community around that if it's just like funny reels. Uh,
yeah.
yeah. I could go on a rant about social media all day though. Um, shit. We were talking about during your burnout and everything. You said that you do stuff kind of to still be contributing to the music career and staying productive. So
Yeah.
what does a productive week look like right now for you when things, seem to be going well? You got placements left and right. You just graduated college. What's a productive week look like for Carter?
Yeah, this is a tough question to answer right now because I just made like a huge transition. Like I'm not in college anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm home. I'm unemployed. I got to find a job. But
Buy
so I
beats.
mean, it's a bit of a weird question to ask right now because my day to day is so like kind of all over the place right now, or like not permanent, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was in school, a productive week for me I would always make sure that I made like at least like 5 beats. I'd say it's probably a good number. Yeah. I would make like I would just make sure I get around like 5 beats at least, and then maybe a reel or two. Sometimes that went off the train, but it just kind of depended. I made sure that I was still uploading on my consistent schedule. I'm still keeping up with, all the homies. I'm still keeping up with um, things like managing my all my social media accounts. Um, I'm working on my own like exclusive drops, like the drops I do with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's what a productive week would look like for me.
Okay. Okay. Um, you just said something about having to find a job. Where can people buy beats from you right now if they wanted to buy a beat?
I appreciate that plug, bro. If you want to buy beats, go to Carter on BeatStars. You can also reach my BeatStars through my YouTube channel as well. If you go to any of my beats on YouTube, you just go to the description and there's a link to purchase right in the description. It'll bring you to my BeatStars if you want to lease beats. If you want custom work or if you want mixing and mastering services, hit me up on Instagram at prod.carter with an X. And yeah, let's get some stuff. Let's get some stuff going.
Let's get the transactions going.
Let's
I gotta start
let's get the
plugging.
music going.
Let's get the music flowing, the music going, the sense of community. But also, he said he needs, he's fresh out of college. He just graduated with what, your bachelor's in science?
Yeah, I got a bachelor's in media production.
In media production, bro. See, all right, go help the homie out. Buy a beat, lease a beat. We got a couple artists who I know watch the channel and stuff. I mean, most of them already work
Thank
with
you,
you,
bro.
buddy. But like, that's also why we had to do it, because you work with so many people who watch the podcast. It's only right. It's literally only right. Um, yeah. So go buy a beat from Carter. Shit. So, what's the biggest misconception that people have about being a young producer coming up right now?
Wow, man.
I
And I
feel
feel like the definition of a young producer is like always changing because I feel like as time goes on with like music on the internet, being a young producer just keeps getting pushed younger and younger, or like
Mhm.
young artists, like whatever. Like I feel like people are making full out fledged careers so much sooner and somewhat easier than they ever have before, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So
Mhm.
I mean, like, it's to some people call me like not old, but like, you know what I mean, where it's like there's people that are like 15 years old that have like full out producer careers that are going crazy. So I mean, I feel like that definition kind of changes all the time. So for some aspects, I might not be the appropriate like demographic, but in terms of where I'm at right now, um, a misconception about being a young producer would be that, man, this is kind of a hard one. I would say that there are some people that might think that we're not really in it for the culture, like whatever scene or community you're part of. I feel like there's a lot of people that think like young producers just kind of stumble upon Band Lab or whatever, like FL Studio, and they just kind of make beats and they don't really care about like where it's going.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be a misconception because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't do that and they really do care about like the communities they're in
Mhm.
and like their output in general. But I mean, it's not like a huge thing, but it's just kind of something I thought of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like that's true, especially in the corner of the scene that we're in, where, I mean, industry producers, people chasing that big industry mainstream sound and everything. I can see how most
Yeah.
people are like, oh, he's only blah blah blah. They don't care, blah blah blah. But the people like you
Yeah,
that I'm noticing in our scene, bro, like you care.
and I was gonna mention like something about our scene. Like I feel like that doesn't happen in our scene. Like that's only like mainstream industry
Yeah.
type stuff. Like that's not like super niche stuff like we're a part of.
Right. Right. I I love that. I love that people understand
It's
in the
awesome.
scene too, because like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's easier to chase the mainstream sound, um, and than stay underground and stay working with the artists that I'm not trying to say like aren't gonna pull 100,000 views, but like the people that are in a pocket, and they're genuinely waiting for their come up. There's a lot of artists in this in our corner of the underground that I know could make a certain type of song that would blow the fuck up. Like if Swain hopped on a guitar beat, it'd be crazy. It'd be something that but he doesn't want to do that because he wants his own organic. He's a rapper, bro. In a SoundCloud sad boy emo scene, he's a rapper and he's staying true to it. I don't know, just as an example, I love that there's people who aren't afraid to stay in that pocket even though that they know people are gonna hate on them. You got producers who aren't afraid to stay underground, aren't afraid to stay with the people close to them, aren't afraid to stay like, hey, I want to stay real. And then you got the people who are posting. Oh, man, I scroll freaking TikTok, bro, and I hear a million gunnas every single day. Like, I don't want to talk too much trash, bro, because I'm all about spreading love and everything, bro. But like, people got to do something different, bro. Like everybody can make the same sound and everything, bro. But like, that's why I love this corner of the scene because we have so much variety, and nobody's like trying to chase that. We have so much variety, and they're not trying to chase that virality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about sound, have you ever felt pressure to chase a certain sound that was popping instead of trusting your own instincts?
I wouldn't say that I was like I felt incredibly pressured, but I definitely like would experiment like if a certain sound got popular. Like I remember like when the Destroy Lonely stuff was like really popular, like I was like, "Oh, let me like experiment. Like let me try to make a couple of those beats." So I don't think that I was like necessarily like I felt pressured like that's the only thing that I could do because
Mm-hmm.
that's what was popular. But I mean, I would still take inspiration from it and influence, and I would try to make a beat like that, like just to see what I could do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't call it like a pressure to like stick to only like trend hopping, but I mean I've definitely done experimenting like that.
Okay. Okay. Nothing wrong with experimenting
Mm,
because you're not. It's not like you stayed in that pocket.
right, right.
Yeah, you're not pumping those out every day, hoping that one's gonna be posted on YouTube and Destroy Lonely's gonna see it. Um, do you see yourself as a producer for hire, or are you thinking? Do you think that you're building towards something more defined, like an artistic identity of your own?
Yeah, long term, definitely I'm aiming towards the latter with like kind of developing my own brand, sound, and image, and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I mean, that's definitely something I'm working towards. But I don't think there's anything wrong with um, being like a producer for hire. I mean, that's how you make money, honestly. Like
Yeah,
a lot of these producers and engineers, especially with engineers, like you gotta be just like anybody that walks in, like you're giving them business.
yeah, you got to be willing to, especially if it's like a situation where you got to eat, man. Like
Oh yeah,
engineers
yeah,
specifically, yeah, I can see. I don't know. Imagine being picky who you work with as an engineer, trying to come up in the scene.
yeah.
Like, buddy, you're not gonna get. You're trying to make money. You're not gonna get money if you don't collab and
Especially
be.
because engineers, like, they gotta build their own studios. They gotta like that costs so much money. So yeah,
Whether the song's trash or not, whether the artist is trash or not, engineer, you're getting paid. Producer, you're getting paid too.
yeah.
Hopefully, there's a lot of people who do steal the
Hopefully,
beats. Yo, this isn't on a list or anything, but you came across anybody who's used? You don't have to say it, but you came across anybody who's unlicensed and used your beats before?
yeah. I mean, I feel like it's happened more commonly recently too. Like because what I do, and then this is gonna be sauce for all the producers that don't know this already. If you go to SoundCloud or YouTube, and you go to the search bar and you type in your name, like either like your name in parentheses or prod dot your producer name in parentheses, and you hit search, and then you go and you filter to like the past week or past month, like however much you want to look at, you can see everything that people have uploaded with your name either in the title or in the description. And a lot of times that's how I find stuff that goes unlicensed, because on when you distribute music to Spotify and Apple and all this and all these platforms, you're also distributing to YouTube Music, and those come up in the search results. So when you get the YouTube Music search results coming up, that means that it's also on Spotify. And if you don't have a record showing that anybody's bought that license, then they're on all platforms unlicensed. So that's how I find out about that stuff.
So in that instance, they probably ripped that off of your band, your BeatStars, right? Or off
Yeah,
of a
they
YouTube
either
video.
just yeah, it's either they converted the YouTube video or they got the free download from BeatStars. However, there are limitations to what you can do with that free download.
Is your on BeatStars, say they were to free download, is your beat tagged?
Yes,
Okay.
all my beats are in fact, just for like saving my file storage and making it easier on myself, like even when you pay for a wave or an unlimited, like it still has the tag on it, and if you
Yep.
want the tag off it, I put in the description, like hit me up on Instagram, like I'll send you a copy without the tag immediately. It's just so much less of a hassle to have it that way,
Yeah.
and that's what works for me right now when I'm leasing through BeatStars. If I can change it in the future to where I can do it differently, like if I start leasing through my own website or something like that,
Right.
I'm definitely gonna change that. But yeah, for now, like everything is tagged when you buy it.
Okay. Good. I'd say tagging it is the smart choice, especially if you're finding people who are unlicensed. Like, come on. Why are people playing with you like
Mm.
that, bro? You just graduated
I
college,
mean,
bro. Give
it's
this
just
man a couple
producers.
dollars for a fucking lease. Don't be a bum. Don't be a bum. Um what's one habit or approach that you had early on that you feel like you had to unlearn as you grew into your role as a producer?
Um, One habit that I had to unlearn that I'm still like actively working on and unlearning is, as a producer, you can't be too hard on yourself. You can't try to be too perfect, because
Mm-hmm.
then you run into the issue of you're never happy, you're never enjoying it, you're never getting stuff done, you're never making as many beats because you're constantly trying to make everything too perfect. And
Right.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely probably the biggest one I've came across.
Okay. Okay. Um, how would you describe your sound today, and how is it different from what you were making a year ago?
I feel like my sound hasn't changed that much in the past year. If you want a better answer, I could probably describe the difference between my sound now and my sound like 3 years ago.
Sure.
Because I feel like that was when like a change really happened, was at the end of like 2022. That's when I got more like locked in on doing like only doing, or not only doing, but like mainly doing the emo rap stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
mainly doing lo-fi, mainly doing hyper pop and emo plug. Like um that was when I finally made that switch, because like prior to late 2022, I was making all types of beats, like because I mentioned I was like experimenting, so I would make like rod wave beats. I would make like the weirdest stuff you can imagine, or not like the weirdest stuff you can imagine, but like just all different types of beats.
Yeah.
And I feel like the difference nowadays is like my beats are more refined. They're more like locked into my niche. And I think that was a big thing of me like growing my YouTube as well, because I feel like it's harder to grow YouTube as a producer when you're not locked in on a certain niche, and you don't have to make the same types of beats, like because I would go crazy if I had to only make emo rap beats. Like
Facts.
I gotta make lo-fi beats too. I gotta make some hyper pop, some emo plug, like yeah.
Got to stay with a variety.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, sweet. Do you still make rod wave type beats?
No, I mean, I think the last time I messed around with a rod wave loop was like maybe like a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
have
not really.
do you have tracks out there like where people are like rapping like,
Yeah,
yo,
some
send
of
me
those kind of get deleted because they're so old that like they were made by like rappers that maybe like just made a couple songs and didn't really like
and then yeah.
care much like to go on with it. So like some of those got like deleted. But I mean there's definitely older tracks from older beats of like people like really rapping.
That's fucking sick, dude. That showcases growth too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, thank you.
so in this underground scene where everyone seems so reachable, how do you decide what artists that you want to work with or pursue working with? Or are you open to working with everyone? Do you
Yeah,
gatekeep?
I mean, yeah, no, I'm definitely open to working with everybody. And I mean, this is where there comes like a separation between like my business as a producer when leasing beats, because like I'll lease beats to anybody. Like anybody can buy beats from me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's that aspect of it, but there's also the aspect of like me sending emails or like talking to people and like arranging music to be made,
Right.
or when I'm doing my own executive releases under the Cxrter profile, like, and I'm working with my friends, I like to work with people that like I'm really friends with, like people that I get who they are, like in their process, and like they understand me, and that's why you see like a lot of like the drops I do. Like you see a lot of Brecken, you see a lot of Not a Hero, you see a lot of Not Curse, you see
Mm-hmm.
Veils, like all these people, like they're really my like friends, like my close friends. So those are,
Okay.
I mean, that's something I value a lot. As well as trying to expand when trying to arrange those types of drops with like bigger artists, or artists that I've been really wanting to work with, or it's just somebody that catches me off guard one day and I'm like, oh, I really want to work with that person. So I mean that's like what I would say.
Okay. Um, if you're comfortable talking about it, how did that placement for Homemade Phoenix come?
Oh yeah.
If you're comfortable talking about it.
So yeah. This came about when I made the beat in May, I think right after I got home from my junior year of college. I just gotten home. I pulled up this old loop from Sarbringer that I've had in my loop stash forever, and I was like, "Oh, this is nasty. Like I gotta use this. This is hard."
Mm-hmm.
And so I dragged it in. I made the beat, and at that moment, this is after he dropped Detour,
Okay.
and I was really inspired by a lot of those tracks at the time. So I made this beat and I sent it to Starbringer, and he's like, "Bro, this is really good." And he wanted to put it on his YouTube and his Beat Stars, and I think he sent it out, and I think that's how it got to Sewer, and I think he was online for like a month. I remember I was on vacation in Orlando, um, and while I was there, I met Lil Bouge. That's just a side tangent, but
Shout out Lil Boosh.
shout out Lil Bouge. Um, but I was in Orlando on vacation with my family, and I got a text from Starbringer, and he was like, um, "I'm working on an album with Sewer, and he just cut a song to this beat." And I'm like, "That's crazy." So he sent me a demo of it that they were working on, and I was like, "This is hard." And then we didn't know if it made the album until like even when the track list came out. I remember the track list for that album being like really hard to read,
Yep.
and I still didn't know. I still didn't know if I was on the album, so I had to wait, and I didn't know what the song was called either, because like the demo, like the file that he gave me was like it was just like some like just like generic, like he couldn't like tell what it was. So I had to wait until I got like an email from the DistroKid thing being like, you've been added to a split by, and then that's how I
Yo.
knew for sure.
Yo,
So
that's gas, bro.
yeah,
Yo,
it was
imagine just like
fire.
knowing that there's an album being made, one with Sorrowbringer. That is legendary. That you're,
That was a great project.
that's legendary. And then just anticipating, like, yo, he has a song to it. Is he gonna use it? Am I gonna make the album? The track list drops and it's fucking chicken scratch, and you're sitting there like trying to read it. And then
It
you,
was so funny because I saw the word Phoenix, and I was like, "Is that it?"
uh-huh.
Because I didn't know what the song name was, and like usually when I'm listening to music and I'm hearing lyrics, a lot of the times I can't really make out what everything is. Like I'm pretty bad at that, so I was listening to this demo like all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I think he said something about Phoenix. So, so I mean, that's how I kind of had my suspicions, but
That's sick, bro. I can only imagine like trying to work for something, you like, hoping, no word that you're on the album, and then you just get the email and it's like, DistroKid, you've been added to
yeah,
a split with Sewerperson. Like, yo, what?
yeah,
I'd be geeked.
it was crazy.
I'd be geeked. That's legendary. Um, so looking back, what is there a moment that kind of like made you realize that producing was worth it? Like that your career was gonna move forward? Is there a second you were like, damn,
Ooh,
like this is it?
yeah, yeah, I got one. This was a really big deal for me at the time. Like it was in 2023, probably like January, February, probably like February of
Mm-hmm.
2023. I was a freshman in college, and I got in a DM one day from Autumn Drops Dead,
Okay.
and I like up until that point I don't think I'd listened to them, but like I knew who they were. I'd seen the name around, and they DM me wanting to buy a beat, and I was like, "What? Like that's crazy."
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like that was a really big point for me when that happened, because I feel like it slightly boosted my credibility within the community. So I feel like that was a big deal for me. Because we had like that song, and then we did another one, and then in the summertime we did another one. So I have 3 songs with them, which is really cool.
That's sick. That's sick. I only really have two more questions for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie, we kind of ran through those way
Okay.
faster than I was expecting to. When you think about the next couple of years, what are you trying to improve more? Is it gonna be your sound,
Ooh.
your reach, or is there discipline that you have to work on? Like, is it inner work?
Ooh, okay. Definitely my reach. I mean that's a big one. I just want to keep expanding and reach more people for sure. A
Mm-hmm.
big thing I want to work on is my Spotify. As a producer, it can be hard to have a Spotify profile and have it perform well because you need to get in as what do you call it? You need to get in as a co-primary artist on songs you produce for your stuff to really grow because those songs will just add up over time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you see like producers like sarcastic sounds and like producers like that have like crazy Spotify's. Um so that's something I really want to work on is like doing more co-releases with my artist friends,
Yep.
getting primary slots on songs that I produce.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say that's a big one is growing my Spotify. And then also I want to do more stuff in person with people. Like I really loved the show we did in Indianapolis in November with Suffer Plenty, Last Words, Lake, 22BK, Jada Loner, Liam, Skelly was there, but they didn't perform. But like that whole night was just amazing to just hang out with everybody and have a good
Right.
time.
It looked like fun. I seen
Yeah,
some
that was really
content
cool
from
for
it. It
me.
looked like a fun time, dude. Like,
There was some good content. I think Suffer Plenty's making a vlog out of it. I knew he was recording a lot of it, so I think he's working on editing a vlog for that.
fire, bro. Fire.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Polearm was there too. He was like headlining, but
Fucking goat.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shout out
No, I'm
Polearm.
kidding. Yeah, go. Pull
Yeah,
arms,
yeah,
freaking.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. No.
Pull arms, amazing, bro. I love. There was the Wheelbarrow Fest a couple of years ago that they didn't have a DJ, and he was just like, "I'll do it."
Yeah, man, he's really multi-talented. Like he taught me how to run his auto-tune his effect board that he brought for everybody to run live autotune because I'd never done anything like that before. So he showed me how to run that, and yeah, super cool guy.
Wow. And last but not least, my last question for you, bro. Uh, is there anything that you want us to know that's coming next from you? I
Okay.
mean, it could be as small as one single song dropping. Are you working on a project with people? Is there a collective in the works that's, like what's going on? What's in the world of Carter? What's next?
I have a song coming out at midnight with Johnny Runs in Kadamo called "Please Don't Go."
Okay.
It's a little emo plug banger, produced by me and Joel's. Super excited about
Ooh,
that.
that's
So
another
yeah, that comes
legendary
out at
pull.
midnight. Legendary poll.
Yeah.
So that's coming at midnight. Got the 99 Nights EP tomorrow. I got a couple songs on there as well. Super excited for that. Shout out him. Um, More long term stuff that's getting kind of worked out. I have a producer collective. It's not like mine, like I own it. It's not mine, but I mean, there's a producer collective that's forming that will hopefully be kind of more public in a later time. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, I'm just working on co-releases with homies. I got something really cool coming with Kaiso and a very special guest that he was able to pull. So a song coming with them in February. January, I got a song dropping with 22BK on the Carter profile that I'm hosting. So I'm excited for that as well. And I think that's about all that's materialized that I can
Damn.
speak about.
That's fire, bro. Thanks for giving us all those drops, man.
Of
Uh,
course, bro.
like you said, uh, Carter with an X. That's Cxrter. Look him up on YouTube. Go to his Beat Stars. All of that. If you're interested in buying beats, if you're interested in customs, if you're interested in mixing and mastering, go get it. I gotta plug it because I gotta plug it. It's somebody who's I've seen his name literally almost every time I've opened Instagram this year, and it's absolutely insane because he's working with so many people who watch and so many people who told us that we need to watch too. Like, yeah, shit, man, that was the end of the interview. Do you want to just hop right into the breakdown?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
in-
it, man.
I'm really
Okay.
excited. I'll share my screen.
All right. Let me hop back in here and sweet. So, as of right now, Carter is going to be giving us a beat breakdown. This is the first beat breakdown on Conversations in the Sewer. If you are not here, you are missing out and you're a loser. Haha. I don't mean that you're a loser, even
Y'all
though I do
scoot
mean
over.
that you're a loser. No,
There we go.
you're good. I can adjust the screen. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry,
All
I
right.
got you, buddy.
Let me know when you're ready, and
Let
I
me
can
just.
kind of run.
I'm adjusting your webcam right now. Oh no, that's the frame.
Alrighty.
He said, "Let me scoot over." I got you. All right. Oh, I just dragged that up. Oh, boom, let's move that up there. Let's move me over here. Make you a little smaller. Make me a little smaller. This is the homemade Phoenix beat breakdown, guys. Right in FL Studio with the
Okay.
producer, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy to see. Hold up.
Yeah, we're in the project file. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. I'm kind of working around my mic, so I might be weird.
Story of my life with this
Um,
podcast, bro. You see, it's right in the middle of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's like right in the way of everything. But yeah. So we got the project file here. Um, I dev. If you have any questions about anything, just like tell me to stop.
Okay.
And yeah. So this is the project file. This is everything. This is the whole arrangement right here. Um, we have the loop at the top, and this loop by Sauerbringer is 3 layers. It's a piano, a bass, and this little flute thing that plays in the hook. Um, I really love this chord progression that he made in this loop. It it resolves really nicely. It resolves the tension super nicely. It's a great chord progression. So obviously you've all heard it. This is what it sounds like. Very nice, very dark, very mischievous, if I will add that. So yeah, that's the amazing
Ooh.
loop. Shout out to Starbringer. This song would not be possible without him. So when I was making this beat, the first thing I did was I put in the snares, and I have a few snares in here that are layered up. So I have this one right here, this one right here, and then this one right here. So I'll play those snares all together, but all on their own with the melody. So this is what the snares sounded like. And one of the snares actually has like an open hat kind of layered onto it. So that was a nice touch that I found. And most of the drums that I'm using in this beat are found from this drum kit right here. This is the Mike Zara stash kit. It was free. A lot of great sounds in here.
Bro, you just gave some
Um,
sauce right there.
I just gave the sauce. But what really makes this beat hit, in my opinion, is the combination of the snares and the kick.
Mm-hmm.
When I was putting in this kick pattern, I was like bumping this. Like I was like, this is gonna be crazy, dude. Like the way that this knocks is just so like you know that he's about to come in crazy on this.
I love
It
how it's
just
not
hits
too
like
much either,
crazy.
bro. It's literally just.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it's pretty simple. In that aspect. So in the verses, it's mainly just kick and snare when he comes in with the, oh my god, like oh my god. So
Mhm.
you got that right there. Trying to think what everything. So then when he comes in, he kind of picks the flow up a little bit more. Is when the hi hats come in, Now the hi-hats kind of bring in the swagger.
Mm-hmm.
Along with this crash cymbal right here. Um, it gives some nice high end. If you were curious about the hi-hat pattern, here it is. It's not too crazy, but I mean it's got a little bit of a sauce in it with these slides here. So this is what the hi-hats sound like with the other drums, the kick and the snare.
It makes it so much like bouncier.
Yeah, it's got that nice.
The
It's
contrast
got that
between
bounce to it.
the loop, the slow, melancholy, kind of sad, dark, and then the hats are kind of like, hey, all right.
Yeah, it brings in that knock. Trying to think where I should go next. So, in addition to that, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. So, in the first part of the verse, honestly, my favorite part in this beat is this transition right here. This is what like makes it feel like it's about to like something's about to come, like you know what I mean, like something's about to be crazy. So I have this transition here that I'll play it from.
Ooh,
It feels like you're getting like zapped through like a portal or
to
something.
a different universe, real quick, bro.
Yeah, like it gives it that like, oh, something's about to go crazy. So I love that. I also have this perk right here. I believe this is a tambourine. Let me play it back just to make sure. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's with all the perks right there in the verse. Oh, something I completely forgot to mention. My bad. I have this vinyl static going all throughout the beat. It gives it a really nice texture. I feel like doing the vinyl stuff is really good to use on Sourbringer loops because they're so like melancholic and like lo-fi aesthetic. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a really good like you can barely hear it, but
It
gives
just
it
sounds
that nice.
it sounds
texture.
alive.
Yeah, it sounds alive. That's a good way to put it. So before you get to the hook, you have this rim right here. It's just another thing I added in for some extra bounce. Yeah, so there's that rim.
Something slight.
Yep, just something slight.
Adds a little more texture with that. The little tiny bit that you put there is just enough. I love how you're not overbearing with the sounds and nothing's like
Thank you,
popping
bro.
out like you need to hear me. It's all blending together. Damn.
Yeah, I mean that's what I try to do when I make beats. Is like I try to curate a vibe. That's what I'm like trying to do. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to like be the most craziest like EDM producers be going like insane with like all these automations and like just
Right.
all these different sounds. Like I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to make vibes that I like just curate a vibe for an artist
Facts.
at the end of the day. So I mean, that's a big part of it. But like some stuff that I like to do here and there to add just a little bit of variation, like keep you on your toes, is like right before this hook, I have where all the drums cut out right here. I mean, it's super basic, but it's effective. I'll play that real quick. And then you get the full hook right there. So
Wow.
in this full hook, you have the flute that comes in,
Mhm.
which is very nice. There. I'm trying to think what else is added. So you have this open hat during the hook that's just this constant like tss, like in the hook. I'll play that real quick. There is another perk that gets added. It's this like weird little. It's this right here. Plays again here.
Okay.
Let me get rid of that. So yeah, I'll play this here, so you can also hear the open hat. So yeah, I mean that's the hook. It just repeats again, and then when he goes back into the verse, I like doing this a lot. I like to keep the bass in there so that it feels like the song didn't completely die. If
Mm-hmm.
that makes any sense. So like when he comes back in, here, after the hook, it still has that really nice thick bass going through where it still feels alive.
Yeah, kind of
And then you get the drums coming back in here.
keeping the bass kept its backbone, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Subtle touches like that.
and then honestly, after this, it mainly just repeats again. You have the same kind of idea here. You have the verse with the drop off in the drums right before the hook, and then the hook plays again. It's exactly the same. Then you got a nice little outro, which I automate my master to just do a fade out um, for the last 8 bars there. I mean, that's the song you have at the beginning. You have the legendary. You have the Sourbringer tag,
Ooh.
and you have the little thing. I don't know if he does this anymore, but he also has this like it's kind of like a lighter like flicking.
Yo.
I don't know if he puts that in his tag anymore, but I mean, when I first met him, he did. So I still have that. So I always like put that in. So you got the Starbringer tag, and then you got the Carter tag right here, and those both play at the beginning in the first 8 bars. Just something. And then you get that bass coming in right there to give us some life. That's where he.
Yeah.
So that's when he, yeah. I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of the song right there. When he's kind of like he's got that like, um, filter on his mix where he like the song hasn't really started yet, but like
Yeah.
he's starting to like get into stuff, you know.
But
And
it's
then when
there.
it drops, when he's like the like oh my god, like
Mhm.
it goes so crazy there.
That's sick, bro.
Um, so I mean that's in terms of the arrangement, all the sound selection, that's it. On the mixing side here, I guess there's a couple things I could go over. Trying to backtrack. Where is my Okay, so this is my kick channel, and what I did for this beat is just like some basic EQ on the kicks, a little bit of distortion, a little bit of wave shaper on that. And what I do is I sidechain these to the bass and the melody channel. And on the bass and the melody mixer channels, I have a fruity limiter that I do a side chain with. So I go to the comp tab on the limiter, and I got the ratio boosted just a tad, as well as the knee is not affected. It's at 0. And then for the threshold, I bumped it up there,
Mhm.
and then all this stuff is pretty much stock. I don't think I touched it. So that's what I got on the bass and the melody side chained with the kick. Trying to think what else I got. Just some basic EQ stuff on the melody as well, like nothing crazy. This is like the bass. Like I just made sure that like nothing was coming out of the highs.
Right.
Here's the piano. I just cut out lows and kept it at that. Um
When
Where's
you were
my?
when you were making the beat, what were you envisioning?
Oh man,
Do you remember?
like I was like envisioning like this. Ah, man, it's hard to explain. I was like, this is so diabolical. That's the word I was looking for. Like, I was like, this is so diabolical. Like the way that the chord progression moves, the way that the drums like knocked. I was like, this is like diabolical because usually a lot of the stuff I make is more like guitar driven
Mm-hmm.
and like Midwest emo like type like feelings like to it. So I mean, this is like a little bit different from me than what I would normally make. Um, so yeah, I mean, I was just going hard with it.
That's sick. So it was fresh. It was fresh for you, you know, fresh sound from you, and
Yeah,
that lands. Imagine, you know, you're doing something not out of your comfort zone, but like you know, I'm used to guitar beats, Midwest beats, and then you hear Sewerperson's hopping on the one that wasn't a guitar beat.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's sick.
Yes, sir. Um, I guess something else I could add here. Down here, I route all my drums to a bus. So like all these get routed to this channel here. This is my drum bus, and what I did at this time for this beat in particular was I added a little bit of distortion
Mm-hmm.
and then a wave shaper on the drum bus, just up it a little bit. So that's what I like to do for my drums, like to just make them a little bit more crispy. I
Mm-hmm.
feel. Um, trying to think what else I did. Wasn't really much. I added a little bit of reverb to that transition, that reversed clap type thing that plays. So I added like a little reverb there.
Right.
Just some more EQ stuff on some of the perks, cutting out highs. Um, I really didn't do too much to this. This is pretty simple beat, to be honest.
Yeah, you made it, and
Um,
it landed. That's wow.
yeah, I mean that's it, really.
Wow. All right.
I'll switch back now.
You good, bro? Let me I'm gonna play the finished product.
All right.
All right. One moment here, family. Well, I gotta fix this camera again, and then two, I will play the finished product and do my outro because we're winding down here, guys. That was a cool beat breakdown though. I'm really happy that we got that in. First one on Conversations in the Sewer,
Bro, thank you. It's a pleasure.
First one on Combos in the Sewer. That was sick. Want to do more? Did you do that for your project?
Yes, so I had a class called Storytelling Techniques. It was one of my production classes for media, and we would do these projects like just with like different instructions or whatever.
Yeah.
And this was a video project, and it was our final project. We had to do a video. It could only be up to 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. So we had to use our like cameras that we use and just go crazy with our own ideas. So that's what I was inspired to do, like a breakdown of how I made that
Mm-hmm.
and like talk about it a little bit. So I try to condense all that down into 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So you guys definitely got the longer version of that, which
Sick.
is really cool.
Yeah. We got to
Yeah.
go through each of the chains and everything, bro. That was sick to see. Awesome
Yeah.
to hear what you were kind of thinking while you were making that. Even though it was a little bit ago, it's still, you know, we still got insight.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that finished product now. This is Homemade Phoenix, produced by Sorrowbringer and Carter. Sang, it performed, and put out by our buddy Sewerperson. Absolutely sick song, sick breakdown, bro. That was awesome. I'm excited. I want to watch that back. Ooh. I hear the different layers now. Like I heard them before, but I understand the layers now.
Oh my god, like, oh my god. way too deep, me in these drugs, in this high. You can tell I'm lifted by my voice, by my eyes. You brought me before, so now I'm so quiet, now I'm shy. Just shut that fucking mouth and join this ride.
Yeah.
I take you to hell and you'll believe me, saying it's pride. Maybe I got a gift and turn these lies to the truth. Do you think my success will live my life? I'm living proof. Yeah, I like when you dress it just to take it out, baby. I got so much ashes on my lungs, I breathe shaky. Yeah, I just burn a bird and watch it turn into a phoenix. Somehow in this red light, we were perfectly in sequence. Somehow in this red light, you get turned into a demon. And fuck me like you love me, fuck me like you really mean it. Yeah, I just clipped this dog to watch it drown inside the deep end. And even when I'm wrong, I justify it with a reason. Work a moss on the shore and Port Point. One room, a doubling desk and white noise. Copy paste faces next door to exploit.
Yo, he leaned into you keeping the bass there.
No, I'm flicking blunt ash from off of my groin.
Yo, that's sick to know,
And I
yo.
don't even enjoy it. I've been late to 4 plans of the 5. I disappointed. Kinda think I become nothing if not for disappointment. If I'm all that I got, then it's easy to block it out. And I can settle in my spot, and the world will work it out. And with tempers turn hot, I need time to cool off. And if time's all I've got, then I'm bound to calm down. In the meantime, I like when you dress it just to take it out, baby. I got so much ashes on my lungs, I breathe shaky. And I just burn a bird and watch it turn into a phoenix. Somehow in this red light, we were perfectly in sequence. Somehow in this red light, you get turned into a demon. And fuck me like you love me, fuck me like you really mean it. Yeah, I just clipped this dog to watch it drown inside the deep end. And even when I'm wrong, I justify it with a reason.
Hey, there's one thing I forgot to add that like might be cool to.
What is it?
All right. So you know the car sound that plays?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't in the beat. That was something that he added in. I don't even think it was in the demo. Now that I think about it, so that was added in the recording process, as well as there's a beat cut in the hook that wasn't done on my end. That was like done in the recording process as well.
Mm-hmm. So did he?
But yeah, that's just a couple of things.
Did he have the stems, or did he just cut like the beat at like all of
No,
it?
he must have just cut the file.
Okay. That's
I don't think he had stems. I don't know if Sorrowbringer gave him stems. I don't think he did.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, dude. That was cool to see the breakdown, to hear a little bit of your career, your come up a little, you know, touching base on it. We're gonna have you back sometime, bro. we gotta have you. We gotta have
Thank
you
you
back
so much,
sometime,
bro.
dude.
It's an honor.
We gotta have you back sometime. Do you have anything for the community before I transfer into an outro?
Yeah, also I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for listening and being involved in this amazing community that I really appreciate. You guys are awesome, and it always brings me joy to interact with everybody and meet new people. And yeah, you guys are awesome.
Hell yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. This community is awesome. This chat
And
was
thank
amazing.
you, Dev. Thank you, Dev, for having me.
Man, anytime, really, anytime anybody wants to come on here,
I appreciate it.
seriously. It's only a matter of making the schedules work. It's literally all
Yeah.
all it is. It's just I got to figure out where I can fit certain things in, but we'll get you back. We'll get you more involved for season 2, because I told you we're doing a second 30 episode run. We'll plan something spectacular. I have an announcement that I'm gonna say at the end of this little spiel right here, and I hope you send something through. Okay?
All right.
All right, cool. So that was the episode. That's episode 22. You heard from Carter directly himself. That is Cxrter. If you look him up, that's how you can look him up. His tag on Instagram is at prod, P-R-O-D .cxrter, T-E-R. Look him up, buy his beats, follow him on all of his social medias. I'm gonna link as many as I can in the description without me getting sick of trying to find links. His BeatStars is going to be there for sure. His YouTube and his Instagram, those three for sure will be down there. Go support, go show some love, drop likes on his beats. Even if you subscribe to his YouTube and like every beat that he drops, putting that in the algorithm will help more than you think. I promise. Go show some support, follow him up on Instagram. This was a fantastic episode, so huge thanks to him for pulling back the curtain and really explaining his thought process and his actual process instead of just talking about it. It wasn't this is what I do. It was this is what I do, let me show you. If you're a producer, he gave you a lot of sauce here. It's pay attention and it's there. If you're just a listener, then hopefully this gives you a better sense of how much intention goes into the sounds that you hear every day and how they played out in the end. You heard it himself. He was like, this sound I actually didn't put in there, Sewer did it. So it's pretty cool to see the process, the finished product, and then hear the person who played a part in the process talk about how it all came to be. And the fact that it was so close to home too, like so close to the community, bro. Like, you've been in my chat, you've been in this chat, bro. Like, it's just fucking sick. All right, so make sure that you're following Carter on everything. Keep an eye on what he's dropping next, where he's dropping next, because I promise you his drops are consistent and they're moving with purpose. He has a plan. I touched base on a couple things before. Artist submissions. If you have music, if you make music, if your friends make music, submit it. There's a link, a Google Forms link to drop links to your friends' music in the description. The Otherland story submissions. We're trying to make an episode that we completely talk about all of the theories our viewers have on the Otherlands album. There's prompts that you can use to create your own stories and stuff. It's very, very, very in detail. Don't let it go to waste, please, for real. Shout out Sil for putting that all together. Let's try to push that a little more. I'm gonna post some flyers and stuff for that in the future too. In less than 24 hours, we will be hosting the 99 Nights listening party for Bullet Biter, which Carter has production credits on. So show up tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern time if you're interested in vibing out with the homies. This last announcement, this is the first time it's being announced, and it's kind of a big deal. I talked about it a while ago, but never actually made any progress on it. As you can see, Conversations in the Sewer will be hosting a Christmas listening party. There's going to be music, we're going to have good vibes, and we're going to do giveaways. Come hang out with the community and vibe to a playlist curated by the listeners. The staff will be hosting merch and Nitro giveaways during this event. Submit your favorite music using /confess in the Discord. I didn't do a question of the week this week because /confess should be taken up by all of your favorite music, whether it's Carter's productions or a little baby song that you want to hear on Christmas Day. I'm not limiting this to underground music. If you like the song, drop it in /confess and we might put it on the playlist. Join us on Christmas, 7 days from today at 8 p.m. Eastern time for a listening party. If you can't make it, it'll be live streamed on YouTube so you can experience it afterwards. And if you can make it, I really appreciate everybody coming out. I am personally coming out of pocket for this merch giveaway, and if you live in Germany, if you live in Alaska, if you live wherever you live, I will pay that shipping fee so you can get yourself a piece of Sewerperson merch. This is my way of giving back to you. The guys, the other staff of Conversations in the Sewer are going to be pitching in so we can do some Nitro giveaways as well. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Thank you, Carter. Thank you, Padillac, Heber, Doa, Jess, Devi, Sil, JC, Urban, Labyrinth, Hope and Dark. Carter was in the chat in his own episode. 99 Nights was. Lil Boosh popped in. Shit, bro. Lil Knight. Who else? Who's still here? I think I said everybody who's still here. So shout out to you guys for coming out week after week, making this something that's tangible, a real community. W episode. Do you want to give him a good smile real quick?
Hit him with that smile.
Hit him with the smile for the post. All right, here's the smile,
Thanks for
y'all.
coming, guys.
Thank you, guys. This was episode 22 of Conversations in the Sewer. It's the podcast that's from the people who built the community for those who live in it. Until next time. This song that I'm playing right now, produced by Cxrter. It is Skelly, You Make Me Sick. Shout out to Cxrter for coming through. It was sick, bro. I'm gonna be cheesing all night again.
Thanks, bro.
Working 5 to 11 on the 25th, but we'll be there in spirit. Hey, man. Pop a headphone and come vibe.
I can feel my skin and it's numbing. God, you make me sick when you touch me. Blood drip down my lip like you're running. Teardrop down my chin, baby, I can't run. Baby, I still would do I make you blush. God, I know it feels good when you hate my gut. Baby, I still
Vocals are so
could, even
good.
now just start. God, you know you should tell you've had enough. Off this bottle got me swerving, hesitating. My heart beats so slow, I can face it. I gave up, crushed cars till it made me right. I'm the only one you keep awake at night. Faster, answer my body going faster. Laughter, you don't feel attached like an actor. Backwards, every fucking night I'm moving backwards. Everything I ever felt, it didn't matter. I don't wanna go like this, but it's coming. The bruise still stains my wrist from the coffee. I can't feel my skin, can't feel my skin. God, you make me sick, you make me. I can feel my skin and it's numbing. God, you make me sick when you touch me. Blood drip down my lip like you're running. Teardrop down my chin, baby, I can't run. Baby, I still would do I make you blush. God, I know it feels good when you hate my gut. Baby, I still could, even now just start. God, you know you should tell you've
This
had
is really good.
enough.
This is my first time hearing it. It's really good. This is Vito, right?
Yeah.
But you wanted this so bad that I don't think you thought about it. Lying down through the pain, say what's good about it. You could love me in ways I can't live without it. I can't feel my skin, nothing. You make me. You make me sick when you touch me. I can feel my skin and it's numbing. God, you make me sick when you touch me. Blood drip down my lip like you're running. Teardrop down my chin, baby, I can't run. Baby, I still would do I make you blush. God, I know it feels good when you hate my gut. Baby, I still could, even now just start. God, you know you should tell you've had enough.
Wow. Wow. That was sick. That was cool.
Oh, thank you.
My first time hearing that, and that was sick, bro. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious.
They went crazy on that.
For real. For real. This last song I'm playing is the newest song by Sewerperson, produced by Sorrowbringer. This is requested by Sil. I just want to say one last time, 22 episodes, guys. It's not 22 consecutive weeks. We've taken a couple weeks off, but it's 22 weeks of content that people have showed up for. Whether it's 1 in the chat, 100 in the chat, doesn't matter. We're here to do this for the culture, for the community. Y'all keep giving us stuff to talk about, so we'll keep giving y'all material to listen to. And that goes for me on the podcast, and that probably goes for Cxrter too. As long as you listen to his beats, he'll be making them. I got nothing else, so this is my last word. Cxrter, you got anything else?
One thing I was gonna mention was anytime that music was talking, or no, anytime that music was playing and you were talking, I low-key couldn't hear you. So if you were saying anything, I promise I wasn't trying to ignore you. I
No,
just couldn't hear.
you're good. I probably was just complimenting you, bro. There's a bunch of parts in that song where I was
Except
like,
for the
this is
time you
crazy.
asked. Except for the time you asked when you're like, "Is this Vito?" Like that's the only time I could understand what you were saying. So
That's funny. Nah, I think we good, bro. I think we good. Um,
I,
Thanks
okay,
again,
good.
man. Thanks again. We'll schedule you sometime in season
Anytime.
2
Thank
to
you.
come back, and whether it's just you, we have a topic to talk about, or we get more into your producer career, more in-depth collaborations, maybe that collective that you were talking about. We'll see.
All right. All
We'll see,
right.
man. We'll see. Cause this was
Go
fun.
crazy.
This felt natural. It didn't feel forced or nothing. So, need more of these conversations.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Word. All right, chat. Have a great night. This is Hero Tax by Sewerperson.
Good evening, my friends. My friends.
See you guys
I
on
hope you are
Christmas.
enjoying your New Year's Eve celebration. It has been a year of trials for us all. Tonight, I wish to remind each of you that Rapture is your city. It was your strength of will that brought you here, and with that strength, you shall rebuild. To Rapture, may it be our finest year.
Blue smoke in the air, hurts, I see sky. Breaks glass on the window. Where you would've thought they swallowed it up and spit out nice. Dead here inside a limbo. Yeah, I've lost an arm, but I'm alright. Harsh tags for the hero. I'll just bandage it up. Have me bite on a cloth and I'll clean up nice. Will make you proud. Will make you proud. I know how they sound. These songs are mine. I was just like you. I wouldn't buy it at all if I had never seen it with my own eyes. But now I do. Like, oh God, I do. The war blimps light up these auburn skies. I know you think me a fool, but you're a government tool, and they've told you die. That's what you'll do. I know that's what you'll do. Eyes wide, grip tight, mainline, drug mine, cocaine, zeitgeist. Just crash a plane in rum and blow up. Snowflakes, ash clouds, what is hit my tongue? I'll see him fall down. Last night I heard voices mention to a wolf howl. This night I heard nothing else but the wind howl. Everyone is gone and the environment has changed. Sports white pods in a night safe face. Call it just cause or a billionaire's game. Call it what you want, but the sight's just strange. Yeah, blue smoke in the air, hurts, I see sky. Where you would've thought they swallowed it up and spit out nice. And I've lost an arm, but I'm alright. Harsh tags for the hero. I'll just bandage it up, have me bite on a cloth and I'll clean up nice. Will make you proud.
Let's go. Episode 22 in the books. Bye, YouTube. Don't forget, Christmas party next Thursday, December 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry. 8 p.m., 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 8 p.m. Bye, YouTube.